I myself have been a self-study student throughout my life. So I thought that it would be quite appropriate for me to give you few tips regarding self-study. I, Shashi Bhushan Tiwari, welcome you all on this channel. In today's video, I am going to give you certain broader guidelines of how to design your self-study. Doesn't matter whether you are an aspirant of JEE 2026 or 2027. This is going to be useful for all. So please pay attention to the few important points that I am going to take up now. If you are a self-study student, obviously, the most important companion of yours is nothing but your books. So you have to pay some attention when it comes to selection of book. Your books need not be the popular books. They need not be a book recommended by some topper. It has to be a book which is useful for you. It has to be a book reading which gives you satisfaction and better understanding. So choose your book wisely and don't be afraid of changing a book. Don't be afraid of going against the crowd. If everyone is shouting that this is the book and you don't find it useful, you are not able to understand from that book, do change it. Pick your own book. It will require some effort, but it has to be done because it is the most important companion in your entire self-study preparation. So do not delay in changing a book if there is a requirement. If you find that the book you are having presently is not helping you much, you have to change it. Spending few hundred or few thousand rupees is not going to harm you much, but if your career suffers because of it, it is going to harm you a lot. So never think before buying a book. I personally, I am not talking about physics exactly, but I personally keep on buying books. Many of them are books which I might have read for maybe half an hour. Maybe I have gone through only few pages of the book. I didn't like it, I left it. Okay, that's fine. But there are few which I have read cover to cover. I like them. So just by looking at the cover or just by having recommendation from someone, I cannot decide how useful a book is going to be. I have to read it to get the real feel of it. So of course there will be some bad purchases, but don't mind. You have to spend on book if you are a self-study student. How do you judge basically? Students often fail to judge whether this book is really helping them. I'll tell you a short method. Go through solved examples of any one chapter in a book. See if they are helping you. Just go through solved examples and see if those solved examples have been explained elaborately and they are really helping you understand the subject. If it is the case, then that book is meant for you. I mean, it is going to help you. Have that book. But if you are having a book in which all examples are haphazard and you just do not get the feel, the true understanding after reading them or going through them, then it is time to discard that book. So please be very choosy about the books and don't necessarily go after the most popular ones or the ones which have been recommended by top students. If you are a self-study student, then obviously you have a very big freedom which other students going to coaching or any other tuition center do not have actually. If you are a self-study student, then you can keep on studying one subject or one chapter as long as you want. This is what I used to do in my student days. When I was your age, I usually used to study one single subject, sometimes even for 10 days. Yes, I am not joking. This is a fact. I got some algebra book from somewhere and I got interested in that. I just solved the entire book in next 7 or 8 or 10 days, and then I changed my subject. So it is not necessary that everyone should do like that, but keep your study hours of one particular chapter or one particular subject as long as you can bear it. There will be times when you started studying, let us say, complex number, you studied it for 2.5 hours and you are just fed up, you are not able to understand. There might be a problem in your book. Yes, there might be a problem in your book, or maybe your mental state is not right at that instant to carry on the study of mathematics. Okay, change the subject. Have that flexibility, but try to study one subject, one chapter as long as possible. That is really rewarding, let me tell you. People often ask how to manage time. The key insight is always think in terms of time. Don't think in terms of number of questions that you have solved or number of books that you have finished. Always think in terms of time. For example, those who are going to appear in JEE 2026 might feel like there are 200 days left, and mota moti there are 200 chapters in physics, chemistry and mathematics. So I am left with 2 days for each chapter. This is just a rough estimate. Some of the chapters might require 3 days, few of them may require 1 day only. So mota moti you have got 2 days for each chapter, let us say. Don't worry, it's a lot of time. I am saying 2 days full length study hour devoted to one single chapter, right? So if you really study one single chapter for 2 full days for your entire study hour, you will notice that you have achieved many milestones that you thought were unachievable. Yes, you will find yourself solving very difficult questions in that chapter. 2 days is a really big time, and you will be amazed by the result. Try doing it at least for few chapters. So always be time conscious. Now if you are spending 5 days in one particular chapter, it simply means that you will not be able to pay attention or give the required amount of time to some other chapter. That is not what you want to do, right? So always remain time conscious. How much time I am having, how much time I should spend on this, how much time I should spend studying theory, how much time I should spend studying doing problems. So whatever amount of time you are having, divide that according to number of chapters that you have to finish, number of days you are having, and then study accordingly. Do not worry about how many questions you have done. Just do not worry. Do not worry about how many books you have finished. Just do not worry. Keep moving. If you have allotted 2 days for one particular chapter, 2 days are over, move on to next chapter. And don't, of course, I am assuming that you are not a duffer student and you will not waste those 2 days. You will study 2 days, you know at least the basics of that chapter, and then you move on to the next chapter. But let me remind you again, if you really study continuously 2 days, one single chapter, you will be a champion actually. Try doing that. Note down the key learning points. Key learning points means, I don't know, at least as far as physics is concerned, you may not note down Newton's first law, second law and third law. It is there in every book, first of all. So anytime you want it, you can just flip through the pages of your book and you will get the definition. Then what to note down? Your learning points. When you are doing problem or studying theory, let us say you are doing solved example and you saw a beautiful thing. You saw, oh, this is how it was to be done. I was doing it some other way which was wrong. You spotted something. Note it down in a notebook. Have a separate notebook for physics, chemistry and math. Have separate notebooks for physics, chemistry and math. And note down that this was the question and this is what I was doing. This is wrong for so and so reason. The right approach is this. Do note such things. And these things will become the appropriate revision material for you. It is important to revise whatever you have studied. You should not forget what you have understood once. You may not learn many new things, but you have to ensure that you are not forgetting what you have already learned. And this can be achieved only by revising, revising and revising. So for proper revision, you have to have a proper material. How will that material be crafted? Just by noting down the key learning points. These are appropriate revision material. And at what frequency should I revise? Actually, there is no rule to it. If you are studying something like inorganic chemistry, you studied nitrogen, maybe you should revise it within a week so that most of the thing that you memorized is really retained. And thereafter, maybe you should revise it again after a month so that it gets imprinted in your mind. But if it is physics, maybe you have studied Newton's law of motion and you don't feel like revising. In every chapter, you encounter problems which require the concepts of Newton's laws of motion. So you just don't feel like revising, don't revise. Keep moving. But at some stage, you start feeling, okay, I might have forgotten those things. Go back. And what to revise? Key learning points. Note down the things that you have learned, putting in some effort. All those things should never be forgotten. That is what I am trying to say. Cut noise ruthlessly. You need not be a subscriber or viewer of each and every YouTube channel. Yes, I am saying that. It is very risky, isn't it? Please be here. Don't leave my channel. But the point I am making is, you need not be worried. आप यहाँ नहीं देखेंगे तो you will miss something. Nah. Most of you keep on jumping from one channel to another channel. So many of you are there who know the content of channel. I may not be knowing the content of my channel right now, the entire content, but many of you do know it. But do you understand all those discussions, all those problems? I think it is difficult. I will find very few people who do really spend some quality time thinking over the questions that I give and the solutions that I present. So instead of jumping from one channel to another, doing that you are learning nothing basically. Stick to few good channels. Whatever problems are being given, do attempt them seriously. Get involved in discussion. See what kind of logic I am giving. That will help you a lot. So this was just an example that you should cut distractions in terms of YouTube channels, in terms of books, in terms of test series, in terms of any material. If people are saying that this test series is good, then somebody told you, no, this one is good, no, this one is good, and you are just buying test series after test series, and you spend out of 200 days, many of you spend around 50 days just doing tests. That is not the right way of preparing. Take tests only when you feel like taking tests. Yes, you have studied a significant portion of your syllabus and you feel like testing yourself. You will get that feeling. If you are not understanding the subject, you will never feel like taking a test. You will never feel like taking a test. But if you are really understanding the subject, you will get eager. Okay, let me take a test. In that case, take a test. If you have subscribed to one good test series, it is not necessary that you should appear in each and every test. Whenever you feel like taking a test, take it. That is the point I am making. Similarly, never be worried about how many books, how many test series, or how many YouTube channels you have gone through. Cut noise. Books are your best companion. Go by your feeling. If you are improving day by day, your feeling says that, okay, earlier I was not able to do this question, now I am able to do it. You are on the right track. Just increase your pace. Keep doing that. And despite doing everything, many of you will find it very tough. Many of you will find it that, no, I need some help. In that case, ask for help. Yes, do subscribe to maybe a small course, maybe an online course. Yes. With the advent of online education, it has really become easy, if I could say that. You are studying on your own, you need a little bit of help. Yes, the help is available. For example, I am just saying for example, my short course. Students who are doing self-study for 2026, yes, they can subscribe to that short course. It is not very costly. And most of their, if not all, most of their doubts will get resolved by watching the videos in that course or discussion of problems in that course. So that kind of small help, if it is required, take it. If a bigger help is required, yes, go and ask your parent that I need a coaching, join a coaching. You are wasting your year, you are wasting your career, don't do it. Don't do it for the sake of ego that no, I will do it on my own. If you are feeling that you are not able to do it, go ask for help. Don't spoil your career. Don't spoil your career. Your parents are the only well-wisher for you in this entire universe. Never hide anything from them. Do share everything with them. If you are feeling a difficulty, if you need a course, if you need a book, do ask them. आप में से बहुत सारे बच्चे सोचते हैं कि नहीं मैंने इतना खर्च कर दिया, अब बोलूँगा तो पेरेंट्स क्या सोचेंगे। नहीं, पेरेंट्स तब ज़्यादा दुखी होंगे जब आप अपने करियर में सेटल नहीं हो पाएंगे। ये 2, 4, 5, 10 हज़ार रुपया खर्च करने में पेरेंट्स उतने दुखी नहीं होंगे जितना आप कुछ नहीं करें तो दुखी हो जाएंगे। आपको उदास देख के वो ज़्यादा दुखी हो जाएंगे। दे विल अंडरस्टैंड। उनसे ठीक से बात कीजिए कि यस, आई वॉज हैविंग दिस बुक बट दिस इज़ नॉट हेल्पिंग मी अ लॉट, I need this one. Earlier I thought that I will not require any course, but now I think that I need a small help, so please give me this much amount of money. They will give, yaar. They are your well-wishers. Go and discuss your problems. ये सोच के कुंठा में रहने से कि नहीं अब मैं कैसे बोलूँ, खास करके ड्रॉपर स्टूडेंट सोचते हैं कि मैंने 2 साल कोचिंग की, कुछ नहीं पढ़ा, अब कैसे मांगूँ। तो अब नहीं मांगोगे तो पूरी ज़िंदगी मांगोगे फिर कि मेरा खर्चा चलाओ। इससे अच्छा है अभी मांगो ना यार, वो समझेंगे। उनसे बात करो, हिचको नहीं, डरो नहीं। एंड गो एंड प्ले, मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट। डू एक्सरसाइज, डू प्ले। विदाउट हैविंग अ साउंड बॉडी यू कैनॉट हैव अ साउंड माइंड, एंड विदाउट डूइंग रियल फिजिकल एक्सरसाइज you cannot win the game. You might feel like you are studying, but you are actually not studying if you are just sitting on your study desk for 12 hours. No, don't do that. Please include physical exercise in your daily routine. Try to eat healthy, drink a lot of water, and follow all the points that I have just said, and you will be fine. See you in the next video.